the French are predominantly Catholic and have no eating prohibitions whatsoever. Kidney, brain, tripe, intestines, blood sauces and sausages, sheep's foot, tripe have a common place in French cooking and hold equal place with the meat of lamb, of pork, beef, poultry and game. We now show you how to prepare stuffed chicken breast with morel sauce.
I'm starting with the stuffed chicken breast with morel sauce, and this is the clean stuffed chicken breast without skin, which will be used for the stuffing. And we have ingredients. We have a chopped onion, we have a chopped celery, black pepper, chopped capsicum. We have a white wine and brandy also, which is used for sauce. We have a chopped celery, chopped carrot, bay leaf, pepper powder. We have a thyme. Then you have fresh breadcrumb, salt, you have butter. This is the morel, chicken mince, double cream, colored pasta, and ton vegetable. These are for accompaniment. First, I will just make a shape of the chicken breast ready for stuffing. We just slightly give a cut, but it should not damage the chicken, otherwise this will not hold. So it has to be very neatly given a cut for stuffing, and then we will make a space. So this is the breast. Now I will do the second one. So these two are the chicken breast ready. We just give little beat here to make it more little flattened and smooth for the stuffing. These two are chicken fillet, which we again give little slit here. So this will also be a part of the chicken breast while rolling together. So these are the chicken breast ready for stuffing. Now I will take the stuffing. This is the chicken mince, which we take little chicken mince, stuffing for both. Then breadcrumb. This is white breadcrumb, which is used for banding purpose. At the same time, it gives also a good taste. We'll put very little of pepper, a little of salt. Then we have little cream. Cream is basically to make it smooth. So this is the cream. We add little bit of celery and leek together. Little of capsicum and little of carrot. Now mix it together very well, and this becomes a very smooth paste. Divide this into two and place in the center of the chicken breast. And top with the chicken fillet. This is called chicken fillet, and slightly roll it. Press it little bit harder inside the skin, and these two breasts are ready. Now we will place this on a clean film. the chicken breast is placed here on this. Roll it again nicely. We have to seal it with the silver foil. The reason being is that the stock should not enter in this, but this should be cooked well in stock. So this is basically, as I told you, in French cuisine, they believe in more in aroma, taste and the flavoring. So this is how it is packed. Now I am going to make a stock for poaching the chicken breast, which I just did it. So we add up black pepper to a stock. We have a 2 pieces of bay leaf, chopped carrot, then we have a chopped celery, leek, and white wine, basically 10 ml white wine, and little of salt. We place chicken roll now here, which is made out with the breast, and we can cover it for a little while. Now stuff poached chicken breast is ready now to serve. We will have to remove it from the silver foil and clean wrap. Now this is in a cylindrical shape, and this is how. Now we have to slice it. Now I will be slicing it, arranging on the plate. You can see the vegetable in this shape of chicken. We will arrange it in a plate. As I told you, in this novel cuisine, presentation is more important. So this is how it is presented. So next breast will be again here. You will find it, this is absolutely free of fat, very soft. Now I will place the macaroni in between here, which is a very simple way. Place in a mold and then fill up this macaroni here inside to give a proper shape. Press it a little hard and remove it from the mold. We just put few buttered vegetable. This is basically turned potatoes and the turned carrot. Now I am going to make a sauce. Take a pan, let it get little hot, then pour a very little oil, 1 teaspoon. Then we have a morel, which are half sliced. Add to this. Then flambe with brandy, 2 spoon brandy to be flambéed to this. So this gets a flavor of, we'll put a little more. Now you must have seen this morels, observe the flavor of wine and the brandy. Now this stock of the morels, which we use for boiling, is added to the sauce, which gives the flavor of the morel with the wine and this, and now we add up the stock of the chicken which we have used, which we have got after the poaching chicken breast. So this is also added to this, and let it boil for a while, and then we add a bit double cream to this, and just half a spoon of thyme to give a flavor of the continental herbs. Glazing, we use little of butter at the end. Here we don't need to add a salt, because initially you would have seen also salt is added to the stock. And now your sauce is ready.
A French meal might begin with hors d'oeuvre, followed by soup, main course, salad, cheese, and finally dessert. In the dessert section, we show you how to prepare mango souffle.
Now I am going to start the dessert, mango souffle. First we take a double boiler, we take a water and let it boil, and then we place a bowl in it. Then first we start with the egg yolk. This is the egg yolk which we put in a bowl. Then we mix it with the cold milk, and we make a sabayo with this. So we mix it well. Now we have beaten egg yolk and milk together, and we leave it to this consistency, and this is already done with the double boiler. Now I will place it on ice. Then we place it on the bed of the ice, add gelatin to this, leave it for a little while as it is. Now we take egg white and beat it with sugar. Third step is basically to take a whipped cream, place in a bowl again, and mix up with the mango pulp. And this one initially which we prepared with the milk and egg yolk to also add on to this and mix up together well, and we place again on the bed of ice, and then again add egg white and the sugar together and whip it very well. It has to be whipped little faster, as I told you, on the bed of ice. And this is the consistency of the souffle, which I am going to place in a glass to set it in a fridge.
The French operate with a strong sense that there is an appropriate beverage for every occasion and food. Wine is always taken with a meal and rarely without food. This close relationship between good food and good wine may partly parallel the evolution of good winemaking and good cooking. It is not coincidental that some of the best cooking of France happens in some of the finest wine growing regions of it. Let us talk to the chef to know more about French cuisine.
Here you have a chicken breast stuffed with morel sauce and mango souffle. This meal is basically a complete meal itself. For it can be eaten both either lunch or dinner. This is a very special meal, so we can also recommend this meal for occasional. For example, here you see this is made heart-shaped type, so occasion like Valentine's Day also, or something specific day where somebody wants to offer. Mango souffle is a very specific and a delicacy in Europe, since mangoes are not very much in season also. So few months in a year you get mangoes. So this is also very specific and occasional meal which one can think about. Now here with the chicken, you would have noticed in stuffing we use a lot of vegetable in it. The morels especially are used because morels is considered a delicacy in French cuisine, and which is just cooked with the wine and cream and its own jus, you would have noticed. And we have used morel stock, which gives a flavor of morel itself in a sauce, and wine as well. And to balance this thing, because chicken itself is not a very heavy, it's very light. So I have to give instead of rice, I have used Italian colored pasta in this. So to make a palatable meal itself, a full meal itself, so I avoided rice and used this. And you would have seen there also two buttered vegetable to just complete the meal itself, which is a delicacy itself in it. Indian cooking basically is not a la minute. A la minute means immediate preparation. In French cuisine, you would have noticed everything is prepared then and there only. If the dish is made and served after some time, the taste, flavor, texture, everything goes off. But Indian cuisine can be prepared in a bulk or can be made in advance and served. Except few dishes, of course, like kebab and all that, which we make a la minute. Otherwise, generally, the gravies and all that are prepared in advance, and the dishes are finished along with that, which is not in French cuisine. And number two, French cuisine, the way it is prepared, it retains all the herbs flavor, the meat flavor, and it's cooked in its own jus. So the flavor of the meat goes very much in its own gravy or the sauce. So you generally enjoy the taste of the chicken or the flavor of the chicken more in French cuisine than Indian cuisine. Indian cuisine is very much dominated with the masalas, ilaichis and black pepper and cloves and all that. So it has got a strong flavor of those spices than the flavor of the meat or the main dish you are eating. Like French cuisine, they make a roast. They make any item roast. Whatever abstract comes out from the roast during roasting, they add little wine and cream and that sauce is ready for it. So you enjoy the meat with its own flavor and the taste. But in Indian cuisine, it's not that. Indian cuisine, we basically used cashew nut gravy and coconut gravy and all that. And that is dominated with those gravy and the flavor and the spices, then the main meal, actual meal.
Marie-Antoine Carême was the master chef of Napoleon, who was so famous that the banquets designed and created by him were used to seduce foreign ambassadors into serving the French diplomacy. In fact, he is the same chef who created and invented the toque, the high hat, which has ever since been used as the badge of office of the chef. Do join us in our further episodes of Great Cuisines of the World.
Thank you.